Whoa, Chiron Indigo back at it, aka Xatia, aka Kid Emo Icarus, and I'm coming to y'all with another motherfucking video. So let's get into it. I have this. No way, I'm not good with intros. So I'm just giving you the name, but the topic is I will. It's hard for me to explain it, but it's the sense of purgatory and hell. Because I think everybody feared about going to hell, but people don't fear it of what the fuck they do unconsciously that will lead them to hell while we're actually in fucking purgatory in a way and sense. Some of us are already living in hell with our physical bodies in it. But I say that from experience. Here we go. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the fact that you know in the Bible, aka the not the first uh the first Matrix, because the Bible is also considered the Matrix. It's weird because I also got a necklace with that's like it's a biblical necklace, but at the very bottom of it, it says the Matrix. Had me thinking more, but that's more talks about my journey, and this whole thing is about my journey and trying to see if what I encounter in my journey can help anybody else along with their journey. Because we all came here as fucking spiritual beings, but we forgot. I didn't forget, but I was told to ignore it. In a way, sense. I don't know. Religion is. I can't fucking tell you much about religion, but um, so far in the Bible, from what I've noticed, and from my own personal research and shit, everybody like every pastor, preacher, priest, pope, whatever, they talk about hell, even though one they never fucking been to it, really seen it, experienced it. They may have experienced purgatory, which is like the in between. But most souls that are in purgatory, they're not bound for hell as their final judgment. And it's not controlled by Satan. It's not controlled by the devil. The devil's domain is earth. So that means hell is on earth. And I say this a lot. God speaks to the hearts of many men. So that means that heaven is love. Heaven resides in the heart chakra. Because once you get in line with your heart, yourself, the source as well, 7, not this because this third eye is 7, which is the crown. You experience at that point you experience heaven on earth. But there's been theories from like Dante's Inferno, which is I ain't talking about the movie, but I haven't really seen the movie. I can't tell you much about it. But from the books that I read growing up, Dante's Inferno is a story about uh, I can't remember if it was some type of warrior or some shit, but he ended up going through uh, the seven levels, gates of hell, and then encountered Satan. But uh, there's been a theory of there being seven or nine, and well, seven or nine gates, levels of hell. And to be honest, I feel like there's nine. And as they kept talking, it says Dante's Inferno, but yet in the last level, and this is where I'll go like reference from the Bible. They say Samael, aka Lucifer, God's favorite son, the one who was supposed to be perfect. He is how should I put it? The Prince of Wind. I don't understand how hell can be hot if he's the Prince of Wind, but yeah, everybody misinterpret the Bible. God is the sun, the source, so that means heaven is hot as hell. You see, people. I shouldn't probably put that together, but I mean, like, it's metaphors. But we got everything flip flopped. We got everything reversed. As in, everything was taught was lies in a way, in a sense, so that other people could still be on top. I don't. I don't want to be on top by my fucking self because I did that before. I was on top in my life, but I was on top by myself, and that was a deep sense of loneliness. But how should I put it? Since purgatory and hell is not the same thing, purgatory, yes, people experience pain, but if you really think about it, purgatory is only a sense of temporary pain, even though it feels like it could be somebody's whole life, but it's not their whole existence. It's living through purgatory for people who are still proven innocent and, like I said, still waiting for judgment. They're they could be living in purgatory as a spiritual being, still waiting for judgment to pass on into heaven, or if we're talking about in the physical plane, the third dimension that we're in, it's is for people who are experiencing poverty, um, financial debt, shit like that, and it's all out of everything that they did was for the betterment of not just them but their family. They still abided by the laws of the land, shit like that, and yet they still are suffering. My belief on God can jump from one thing to another. This is a cigarette, by the way, but jump from one thing to another, as in everybody talk about God being the Father, but yet I feel God is the mother, and in a way, in a sense, the father all in one, but strongly the mother. Uh, and another thing I perceive God to be is like the source, which everybody knows the higher source, the one main source. But my perception ain't shit. They say you can't. Everything has to be proven. I mean, like scientists may have proven a lot that the shit that I thought about as a kid that I got ridiculed for, but I don't understand how I can prove it because I want to prove that we are living hell on earth. In a sense, they say you once you're in the chains of bounded by the chains of hell, you're not going to get out, but yet the devil escaped. To be honest, the how should I put it? The devil is walking amongst us, and Jesus, which I'm not the only one who thinks this. So before you come up on me, do your own research on it too, because I've been doing my research, thinking, even fucking talking about it. But I also feel like um, Jesus is also Lucifer. I mean, think about it in the biblical sense, like in the Bible, and also if you ever seen the movie called Passion of Christ, Lucifer was trying to tell Jesus, this shit hurts. It hurts for me to see you go through this. Stop trying to help these fucking humans. Yes, they say God gave up his uh, son, well, his only human son. I'm gonna say it like that because Jesus was the Christ was the realest fucking human, literally. Like compared to anybody even now, he other than what Buddha, which is another reincarnation, fucking not Nazi. Naz, I forgot what the fuck how to say the name, but it's another one from India. All all these like reincarnations of him that did miraculous shit is what I'm not fully sure about walking on water, but they did some really unhuman like things that they said humans are capable of. I mean, they talk Jesus and all the other reincarnations talked about the third eye, and they Jesus talked about deliverance, but along with deliverance, another word for it is ascension. I mean, like they're ascended masters, the master builder, 22, fucking what is it? The spiritual leader, 1133. Um, what Christ consciousness in what it says. Then not only that, all of them were philosophers. So that means that they had to think. why nobody thinking? Why are we letting people think for us? At that point, the perception of the devil is literally what you brought onto your own reality. I mean, it's too late now to act fucking ignorant in the Garden of Eden. Start taking fucking knowledge. But it's just, I don't know how to say it. Hell is not hot. It's cold as shit. I mean, like, I be feeling like I come out, like, even my physical body be coming from fucking a form of physical hell, even when it's hot as fuck outside. My skin is cold. Then, as in for purgatory, that's like, it's a place that where, yes, souls experience pain still and all, but it's kind of like the void, that emptiness where not even not not angelic or demonic entities can harm thee. It's like a place of healing before you ascend. And that's going to lead up to, this is going to lead me up into talking about 13 steps. And that's something that all humans are supposed to go through before fucking ascending. But it's just, I'm still learning. I'm still experiencing. I keep like seeing like the little line directly in the middle, and it makes me feel good and all whenever I see it, but it also freaks me the fuck out. But ascension is a very self-gratifying thing, self uh, accomplishment, because at that point you're doing something that would eventually cause a ripple effect. I don't want to be out there like in the spotlight alone, because being alone in enlightenment, which is a poem I made last year, I'm gonna end up posting it on here. I never really like speak out into it, but being alone in enlightenment can, it's like, that's a duality right there, to be honest. It's good and it's also bad in my experience, because it's good because you literally know, you literally know if you're enlightened and shit. I mean, people will even tell you. I got told that a couple times, that I'm enlightened. It's like a sense of knowing, but also knowing that you don't know shit. And that's where the inner philosopher kicks in, because we're all supposed to be searching for our own philosopher's stone. And even when we get to that point, and that like that peak of it, like we have it in the grasp of our hands inside of us, we still need to learn how to implement it to like in my experience, get the fuck out of hell and try to make a difference, or from the experiences that, because I went through uh, multiple forms of spiritual awakening, childhood and even now, but it's like, damn, I don't know how to word it. It's just, these are things that like words can't fucking explain, and I've been the one to study a dictionary, so I know words a lot, but it's like a sempiternal thing. It's infinite. Is it once you have your philosopher's stone, you're open to an infinite amount of knowledge, an infinite amount of like opportunities, abilities, all things that you thought you could not fucking do before. I mean, like I'm still learning how to use my philosopher's stone, but the bad side is, in one sense, you get crucified, you get ridiculed. Uh, this man is a lie, but even when you fucking prove it, at that point, they label you the devil, like how they uh, label Jesus, which he kind of, he's not, but he is. He's the Samael in human form, because Lucifer don't even want to be called Samael, which is his original name. It's like that split twin in a way, sense. The form of him that he left behind whenever he got banished from the kingdom of heaven. It's kind of like astral projection. When you, like the outer body experience where your consciousness uh, leaves your body through meditation. It's a vast fucking world, but one, if you feel like you're experiencing your own personal hell, or you feel like you're going through purgatory, there's still a chance. I say there's, I mean, like if you're in purgatory, fear not. Just worry about your own inner healing. But as in, I'm speaking to the ones that feel like they're experiencing hell, because I've been there. Spirit, religion is for those who are afraid to go to hell. Spirituality is for those who already been through it. Awaken that fire inside you. Not saying act a fool, but know what the fuck you came here to do. You can either control them. Like if you're in hell, we all have demons. Don't focus on control, because that's why I say we living in hell. We're in a discipline and control reality. Work on the flow, which is supposed to be the in between. Once you work on that, you float out of heaven. I said heaven. You float out of hell. I also have a weird theory that hell is somehow connected to heaven. It's like the fucking dungeon, the prison in heaven. But that's just my theory on that. But as above, so below. As within, so without. Stop praying to above and expecting, but start to shout your affirmations above. And as we're down here below, start taking the actions to basically prepare for it. I mean, like, that's the most I got to say on that. Because fifth dimension, if you really want something, like a baby, you the baby comes from, even in like formation of body, it comes from within. And as it being nurtured and everything, the same way how it's being formed and growing inside of you is the same way how the child is gonna come be doing this. The child will be doing the same thing whenever it comes out. It's still gonna be feeding off you to grow, not like a leech, but to grow. So it's as above, so below, as within, so without. To manifest, which they took out the Bible, which is why I say we in a control and discipline reality. There's been keynotes of manifestations. And if we was to literally understand our own selves, because I say the 7 chakras of the body, but it's really 14, but it goes as above and below. So reaching down to Mother Earth, Gaia. Connect with the void and connect with the moon and sun. But I feel like everybody already feel some form of connection with the sun. Not everybody, but like a couple people. And that's why uh, everybody talk about toxic masculinity, which is why the moon is there as well. The sun is masculine, the moon is feminine. Because I mean, like, the moon is a broken piece of the earth anyway. And we don't say Father Earth, it's Mother Earth. So connect with the fucking moon and drink water. Coming from the water bearer himself. But peace and love. Get your ass out of hell and heal while you're in purgatory so you can ascend back to heaven as quick as possible. Peace.